Hi, this is TK Viper, and today I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to use MIDI Fretboard, an app for the iPhone and iPod Touch. This is version 1.4.2, so you can tap to start playing or shake for setup. We are now in strum mode. You'll see the sound hole, and this is where you strum. You have to leave a string to make a sound, so this will not make a sound. You gotta kind of release your finger very quickly, or leave the string. Okay, it's got 4 frets on the neck right now. Just, do your chord like this and then strum. It's got 9 shortcut keys that you can program to help you jump to different fret positions. So, double tap to configure it. Just choose where you want to jump to, from fret number 1 to 21, okay? And just tap it, and you'll go to that fret. We're now at fret 15. Tap another one. We're at fret 5. If you swipe off of one, it's going to bar that fret. So we've barred fret 13, so that's why this is fret 14. Likewise, bar fret 21, this is fret 22. And you'll notice all the notes are higher because you're barring the whole fret like this. Okay, you can also change to different fret positions by using a MIDI fretboard instead of these shortcuts. So shake your phone. Let's look at the setting page from the bottom up. So choose how you want to change fret positions, either with shortcuts or a fretboard. So let's tap on that, and you'll see the MIDI fretboard at the top here. Just slide anywhere and you go to that fret position. You can see the fret number changing as I'm sliding. See? Fret 14. If you hold down this bar button, it's going to bar it. So hold it down and then swipe the board. And now I've barred fret 7, and that's why this is fret 8. Okay? In this version 1.4.2, I've added a new mechanism to kind of lessen the chance of accidentally tapping on the fretboard. Before, when you tap it, it will jump to that fret position right away, but now it doesn't. You have to hold it down for about a quarter of a second, and then it'll jump to there. You see that? If I do it quickly, like an accidental tap, it's not going to happen. So that's kind of a new feature in this version, okay? But if you swipe, you don't have to wait. As soon as you start swiping, it's going to detect it. Just for taps, you gotta hold it down for 0.25 seconds to kind of prevent accidental taps on this one while you're playing the 6th string on top here. Okay, now let's shake the phone and look at other features here, other settings. Here is the fade out timer. You can fade out all notes, or you can just fade out the open notes. Okay, and then you set the fade out timer to whatever you want. I've got it to 0.44 seconds. So notice how as soon as I strum it, it's going to stop all the notes after 0.44 seconds. Okay, those are open notes. If I have my hand here on the fret, those 2 notes will remain because they're not faded out. But if you choose to fade out all notes like that, then everything gets faded out. You see that? Okay, let's go back up here. And this only works in strum mode. Okay, now we're going to look at the timer for not the timer, the time limit for hammer-ons and pull-offs. So if you want to do hammer-ons and pull-offs, you have to do it within 0.25 seconds, a quarter of a second. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So, like this. Too slow. Too slow. That's okay if you're going fast. Let's go here. If you set this bar all the way to the right, then you're going to enter tap on mode, and that means you no longer need to strum. As you can see, the fretboard now has 5 frets instead. And just tap anywhere. And it's slide capable. You can slide. Even vertically. Which is pretty cool for making some really crazy synth sounds. Okay, so let's shake it again to look at other settings. You can choose whether you're a right-hander or left-hander. You can apply a cable up to the 8th fret, and then you can control the key velocity. That means how hard you're hitting the strings. Okay, you can set it at a fixed value, like right now 96, or you can swipe it all the way to the left, and now it's going to say control by x-axis. That means when you tilt the x-axis like this, it's going to control how hard you're hitting the string. When you're facing the phone upwards, it's going to be as if you're lightly strumming. If you go this way, it's going to be as if you're strumming hard. Okay, and the next setting is for bending the pitch by tilting the y-axis. So like this. Okay, if you set it to no, it won't bend. If you set it to yes, it will bend. And let me show you. From 0 to 45, there's no bend. But from 45 to 90, it's going to bend 2 notes. And from 0 to negative 45, it's going to bend down 2 notes. And the key velocity, look at, it's going to be very soft. Very hard. Much softer, right? And that is the key velocity and pitch bending mechanism in this app. So let's shake it again and look at the next setting. The next setting is for tuning your guitar. So tap on that. There are 49 guitar tuning presets. And for bass guitar, we have support for 4-string, 5-string, and 6-string bass guitars. You can see the X's there. They indicate that the string is not visible. So basically this is a 4-string bass guitar. This is a 5-string bass guitar. And if we scroll down, this is a 6-string bass guitar. Okay, the next section is for bass guitar when used with Guitar Pro. Guitar Pro 6 is a notation program that lets you write down your ideas in standard notation or guitar tablature. So use these tuning presets when you're using Guitar Pro 6, not the ones up here. Okay, the next section will give you 3 tuning presets for ukulele, and then this one is for banjos. You got 4-string and 5-string banjos. The next one is for sitars. A real sitar has 7 strings. This app only has 6. So the first tuning will give you strings 1 to 6. The second one will give you strings 2 to 7. And finally we have our miscellaneous tunings. We got violin, cello, shamisen, which is the Japanese guitar, and the sanshin, which is the Okinawa version of the shamisen guitar. And if you tap on a tuning with X's, it's going to kind of hide those strings. So now we have a 3-string Japanese guitar. Okay, let's shake again to go back into settings, and let's go back to a guitar setting. Okay, next, ring out built-in sounds. That means if you pluck a note, it's going to continue the note until the end of the note if you're playing the built-in sounds. Okay, if you say no, it's going to stop the note as soon as you let go of the fret. And this is only good when you're playing the slap bass guitar, which has very short notes. Okay, and the last thing you can set is the built-in sounds. Now you can play these sounds anywhere you are. You don't need a computer. They are built in, so you can play them in public anywhere you are. It has classical guitar, acoustic guitar, banjo, Chinese guzheng, which is a harp, dulcimer, grand piano, Japanese koto, shamisen, sitar, and slap bass, and also ukulele. You can play those sounds anywhere. Right now, I'm not playing the built-in sounds. I am playing the sounds in Garageband, which is running on my Macintosh computer. Every Mac comes with Garageband, and Garageband has about 70 to 80 really good sounds that you can play with, you can control using this app here. Just run the DSMIDIWIFI Server on your Mac, which lets the phone communicate with your computer, with any software on your computer that accepts MIDI signals. Okay, so for example, like Garageband, Logic by Apple, Reason by Propellerhead, Core and Kontakt by Native Instruments, and Ableton Live. Those are very popular software for creating music. There are some free ones out there too, like Mood Tools, which works for both Windows and Macs, and Anvil Studios for Windows. They're free. You can check them out. They come with 40 to 50 different instruments you can play with. So right now I'm using GarageBand, and it's got some awesome sounds. It has about 70-80. You can buy additional sounds. They're called jam packs for about $99. I recommend the World package. It gives you all these world instruments from China, India, all over the place. Okay, finally, if you have questions about this app, tap on the first icon here, the globe, and that will bring up online resources. You can ask questions, you can check out all the videos I have there. The second button will give you the built-in text manual, very brief. And here you can email your friends about this app, you can Facebook about this app, and finally, if you have time, please do rate this app so other people will get a chance to know how powerful this app is. You can also check out my other apps here, so please do so when you have time. Alright, I think I've talked about everything for this version. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that it's helped you how to use it. One more announcement is that I'm making an iPad version of this app, and it's basically like this with 11 frets on the fretboard. So it's definitely much better for playing solos and for playing guitar pieces where you have to move your hand up and down the fretboard. Okay? So I'll see you next time. Please rate, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and tell your friends about this channel. Thanks a lot.